Welcome back, YouTube family, for another Temu sponsored video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the Craft Buddy die cutting embossing machine by Letong and the tag die cuts. So this die cutting machine comes with these two cutting plates. One is slightly thicker and they are labeled with A and B. And here is the tag cut, but Crafter Square also has die cuts. Now these were the only two I found in my local Dollar Trees, and I know I've seen some videos where they were doing what's new at Dollar Tree and hauls like that, and there are a lot more, and I would love all of them. What I was showing you was that I tried out the die cut, the one that's out of the packaging, and it did press into one of the cutting plates, so I guess that's normal. I don't know, I've never used this before, so I'm not sure. So I have this junk journal. I like to make these, and I have a couple. Most of them are all unfinished, but junk journaling is what I do as kind of like my brainstorming. So I take the dovetail tag and a pair of my wire snips, and I just cut off the outside of the dovetail tag, and then I go through my scraps because I don't throw any of my papers away unless it's itty bitty and I know I can't use it. So I pick out two pieces that I think would look nice with the yellow striped background, and then I cut my papers down to size so that I can sandwich them in between the cutting die and the cutting plates, and then run them through my die cutter. That's a lot of saying that. So this was a little bit tricky getting it through the die cutter, and I don't know if you've used the die cutter before, if this is just how it is, but I kind of had a little bit of a struggle here where I kept trying to push it through. I ended up switching to a thinner piece of paper, which is the yellow striped paper that's in the background, and I just kind of had to crank on it pretty hard, but it cuts it out really clean, as you can see there, and it does put in those little stitching on the edging. So once the thinner one went through, I thought I'm just going to push it through, and I got it to cut. This is my first time using the die cutter and the cutting dies, so I personally am really happy with the outcome and how easy it is. I mean, it's a little bit of a struggle, but I'm guessing that's just how it's supposed to be. Now here, I thought I would cut the bottom of the flowers out in the green, so that would be the grass side, and then I would have the flowers be the picnic blanket pattern, buffalo check, gingham, whichever you want to refer to it as, because I don't know the correct term for that pattern. But as you will see, when I send it through the die cutting machine, the papers will shift and the cut is all wonky, I guess would be the best way. Here they're shifting, and I was trying to keep them in, and I thought, we'll see what happens. So we ran it the whole way through, and we did get some grass cut out of the bottom, but it didn't turn out that great. But I didn't throw them away. So I took my craft hook, I guess. This one I think was from the Dollar Tree, and there are little holes in the back of this die, and I just poked the hook through, and they all pushed out. So then I take another piece of craft paper. This is green and it is thick, so I had a little bit of trouble getting it to push through, and when I did, this was the outcome. So here is where the happy accident would come in. So I cut the pieces out where the flowers were standing up, and then with some Elmer's school glue, the stuff that's purple and dries clear, I put a little glue on the back of each of the flowers, and then I covered the green flowers. And I think the flowers on this are daisies and tulips. I also cut out a yellowish green just for that color, and a purple floral print paper so that I had pink, yellow, and purple on my little flowers there. And to do this, I'm using my Cricut tweezers. They made this process go so much faster and easier, and a lot less stress on me. Putting this junk journal page together was so much fun, being able to use these die cuts. And here's what it looks like all finished. So then, and I know this is a little off screen, but I wanted to put a pocket on my junk journal page, so I cut out a piece of that picnic blanket pattern paper big enough to be a pocket that almost goes from one side to the next. And then I take my double-sided tape. I did not get this particular roll of double-sided tape from Temu, but I'm pretty sure you can purchase double-sided tape from the website. So if you guys want to jump over there and check it out, use my code OFF9282 for 30% off your entire order. Free shipping and free returns. Once I place the double-sided tape on both sides of the outer edge of the paper we are using for the pocket, I run a strip of the double-sided tape down the back side at the bottom of my flowers. I am going to use this and add to it by taking the original piece that I had cut and cutting off all of the flower stems and then taping the flowers to that so it looks like there is grass behind the flowers, if that makes sense. Now that the flowers are taped to the grassy background, I just go around with my scissors and trim off any excess paper that's hanging past where the flowers are. And then again, I am running a piece of my double-sided tape along the bottom of the flowers because this is what's going to stop anything that I put in the pocket of my junk journal. So to pull off the paper backing, I use my craft hook, and to make sure that the tape is adhered the whole way across the piece of paper, I use my craft scraper. Again, I apologize that this is a little off screen, but I take my pocket paper and I position it about an inch above the bottom of the page. And I use my craft scraper to make sure that that is adhered down. And then about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom, I place my flowers and grass. And then for the corners, I want to kind of cover those up. So I dig into my craft stickers, and these are the 3D craft stickers. And all I do is pull the sticker part off the back because the top piece is a little bit thicker of a cardstock. So once I have the cardstock pieces off, I go in with my foam tape. And again, I'm sure this is something that you can purchase from Temu. And don't forget to use my code OFF9282. But I place a small square of the foam mounting tape to the back of my cardstock sticker piece, I guess. I don't know what to call it. And then I pull the paper off and I place it on the corners to kind of hide that square gap. Then for the other side, I decided I liked this bucket with the flowers in it. I felt it was going to fit better in there than the, I think it was a flower pot that I had originally chosen for that side. But with crafting, sometimes we change our minds as we're putting our pieces together. So then I take the dovetail tags and a paper punch, or a hole punch, sorry, and I punch a hole in the top center, and then I go into my ribbon stash, and I found this ribbon that I've had for some time, and I just cut off a small piece of it. I'm going to use this to hold my dovetail tags together at the top where I put the hole in. And all I do is just fold it in half, push the loop through the hole, and then run the ends through the loop. And then the piece that I had, or the cardstock sticker piece that I had originally pulled off of my stickers to use for the bottom corner, I'm going to use as an embellishment on the center piece of the yellow striped ribbon, just to kind of break that up and give it a little bit of contrast, since it is the same paper that I used for the page, just the stripes are going in the opposite direction. And then I use the little Velcro rounds that you can get at the Dollar Tree. I cut one in half and put it to the back of my tags and stuck it to the page. And here it is, all finished up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below, and if you want to see more paper crafting on my channel. And if you're new here, welcome! And I hope you choose to stick around by clicking that subscribe button and choosing to be notified every time I upload a video when the bell appears. And don't forget give this video a thumbs up, because all of your thumbs up, all of your comments, and all of your subscriptions helps my channel to grow. And until my next video, happy crafting!